On today's episode of the Bolt Crew podcast, the Los Angeles Chargers schedule is out. We will tell you why, if you could only see 3 games next season, which ones would you pick? We'll tell you exactly which matchups we like the most and why. The Hall of Fame voting committee took a stance against Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. What does this mean for Tom Brady? And now that all 32 teams have had coaches, we'll grade the 10 hires and we'll break down those moves that impact the Chargers the most. It all starts right now on the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Pele, Josh Pele, and Mario Heron talking football with you, of course, on a Tuesday as we get ready for the big Super Bowl on Sunday. It used to be that you couldn't even say the word Super Bowl unless you had the rights. Did you guys know that whole process where you used to have to say big game?
Yeah, you still can't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, come sue. I don't know what to tell you. It's the most ridiculous thing ever, to be honest with you. The reason I say it's nuts is that this is the game that obviously people are talking about. NFL ratings are always through the roof. If you look at the 100 most watched TV shows of 2026, 97 of them will be an NFL game. And to say that the biggest game in the entire calendar year, you aren't allowed to say the name of that game is insane to me. It's one thing that Roger Goodell or Pete Rozelle or whoever the hell decided to come up with that, Paul Tagliabue, it's kind of crazy. I understand if you're selling something that you maybe can't use it, but don't say to be a radio station or I don't even know how it works in podcasting to sit there and say you aren't supposed to say those magic words. It's kind of weird that you copyrighted it.
Where am I supposed to go from here? Am I supposed to?
I don't know. My point is, this is where you're supposed to say, Josh, I hope you fall off your high horse. That's what you say.
You can't put it in the title, but you can say it, if that makes sense. It's like I can't put Super Bowl breakdown, but I can say Super Bowl. I can't make a graphic and say Super Bowl. I can't do that stuff.
Yes. Kind of weak, right?
Weak.
I'm kind of against.
I think the NFL is doing a fantastic job, and if they want to pay us, that's fantastic with me. So keep doing it. Roger Goodell is a Jesus Christ himself, in my opinion, Dave.
Okay, we'll start right there with Roger Goodell. I'm a Roger Goodell fan. I have so many of my friends will tell me they are not Roger Goodell fans, and they think it's ridiculous. He makes $50 million a year. It's a business that is thriving. Like, he is the ultimate CEO that has this thing moving in the right direction. And so when you go back, give you a little bit of a football history lesson, Pete Rozelle, who was the initial commissioner of the NFL, he said it's all about TV. Man, he was absolutely right. And then Paul Tagliabue came in, and then Roger Goodell has it now. What he's done with TV and the draft and putting games in other countries, which we aren't huge fans of as fans because we go like, does that hurt our players? Man, he is making this thing a worldwide business. And you can go around the world and there are people that know our players. Whereas soccer is considered the number one sport worldwide. Dude, I can't name more than 3 soccer players in the world. Maybe 3.
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned this. Like, the NFL is the only sport where you can talk about your team year round, like do a podcast like this. Like, let's say I did like a Chicago Bulls podcast. I would be dying like in September, because there's like nothing really to talk about and nobody would be listening. So I'm super thankful for Roger Goodell. I think he does a great job. And for people whose initials are JD who don't think he does a great job, I disagree. I think he's awesome. And the fact that we have something to talk about every month of the year just shows that he's doing a great job.
Yeah, imagine hosting a Bulls podcast right now. I don't know what the hell you'd be doing. No, Roger has done a great job. And look, he's kind of taken the page out of David Stern's book when David Stern kind of did this whole thing with getting the NBA out across the whole world. And look what that's done for the league. And Roger's trying to do the same thing. I even go back, you mentioned the draft, Dave. I go to the schedule release. I mean, we treat that thing like Christmas morning now. Like, that's a whole event. Teams are spending money getting young guns out of college creating these social media videos that go hours upon hours of editing, and then doing all this stuff just for that. Like, he's making every little thing for the NFL such a big deal. All the
Yeah.
props in the world to him. And honestly, look at all the other leagues like NHL, MLB, NBA. They all have big problems right now. Obviously, NFL isn't perfect, but when it comes to effort and the product, like, the NFL is killing it.
They are. They're doing an outstanding job. It's funny. Right before we came on, I was catching up with my sister, who's not a football fan, and she said to me, "Josh is coming over for my birthday during the Super Bowl." Now I don't even know, or on Sunday, she said, and I knew you're going to do that. I knew you're going to do that.
Be.
It's news to me.
Be, Josh.
And then she says, "My birthday's always been February 8th. Was the Super Bowl always around my birthday?" And I said, "No, it was not. When I was younger, you were younger, talking to her, it was always somewhere between January 20th and January 25th. And then here she is, confused. And I said, it's the NFL. It's genius. They're stretching this thing out. They added another week, a week 17 game. And, you know, the way they do things is absolutely incredible. There have been a couple years where the NFL didn't have the week off in between. They just went right from AFC, NFC championship game right into the Super Bowl. And again, it's smart on the NFL to sit there and let's stretch this thing out as long as we can, because next thing you know, you're talking about draft combines and predictions, who's going in the first round. Everything they do is absolutely amazing.
It is amazing. And I think it's interesting how we talk about the coaches that are hired as well. Like every little hiring, whether it's a coordinator or a head coach, is a big deal. I want to get into the top head coach hirings and the worst head coach hirings of the offseason. Are you guys ready to get into this? Do you have you guys doing like a top three, bottom three? You guys just doing like one to the bottom? How you guys doing this?
I gave one a letter grade, every single one.
Okay. And I got, for me, I have one worst one by far. Okay.
I think I know which one you're going to go with. Okay.
I'm kind of curious to know which one you think, but yeah, let's go through these right now. You guys want to start it off? You want to start off? We'll start with the New York Giants, since that was the first big hire. It was John Harbaugh.
Sure. Let's go there. What's your letter grade?
For me, it's an A+. It's A+. It talked about the culture. It talks about what the Giants organization is. Now, look, you can say whatever you want about the New York Giants. We make fun of the Jets all the time. The Giants, I never lived in New York, but you've always heard that one is white collar, one's blue collar. The Giants are supposed to be a white collar team. Obviously, when you talk about white collar, you talk about more money, teams that win championships is what the Giants have done compared to the Jets. They needed to do something, meaning the Mara family needed to do something to change the culture, because they've been one of the worst run organizations for the last 15 years. And bringing in a guy like John Harbaugh with a history of not only of winning, but a guy that's not going to embarrass the organization, I think this was an A+ move and the perfect hire.
Well said. I agree with Dave. A+. I think they nailed it. They needed somebody like him to come in and right the ship. They have a great defense. They got their quarterback in place as long as he doesn't get more concussions. I think it's a great hire.
A+ for me as well. I love the hire for the Giants. They brought a grown up in the room. The only worry I have is their hire for their OC today, Matt Nagy. But hopefully with Harbaugh hovering over him, he doesn't screw up Dart too much. Just be cautious, New York. Matt Nagy is not good at developing quarterbacks unless Andy Reid's in the room.
I don't understand how Matt Nagy keeps giving the opportunities. You heard his name as far as being a possible head coach. You talked to the people who have been around Matt Nagy in the past. They'll say, what the hell? I mean, outside of Eberflus, is there a guy that they're more disappointed with, Mario, when you look at Matt Nagy? Yet you heard his name mentioned over and over again. That Matt Nagy is a guy that could either be a head coach or an OC somewhere, and not surprised to Harbaugh dropped the ball when it came to picking another OC.
He was given two quarterbacks to develop. Not saying like these guys were rock stars, but you went 0 for 2. Like, at least go 50%, brother. You know, like, come on now.
Yep. There you go. So, F it. I'm not a Giants fan, you know? So, again, John Harbaugh, I think good hire. Not a Giants fan. Doesn't affect me one way or another. Don't find myself rooting for the Giants no matter who they hired. That's just the way I was going to go on that. But as far as if I'm a Giants fan, I'm like, this is awesome. We got a coach that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm just going to go down my list. Next, I have Kevin Stefanski with the Falcons. I'll give my grade. I'm going to go B-. I think Kevin Stefanski's not a bad coach. I don't think he's a great coach. I think that job is not a great job with the Falcons. He should do better with that offense than what they've had under Raheem Morris. Obviously, Raheem Morris is a defensive guy, so I'd expect him to take a step forward. You have possibly the best running back in the NFL in Bijan Robinson. There's pieces there. Their team just is probably not that great overall. I think that's a B minus higher.
I got B plus. Stefanski with Kirk Cousins is the reason why I like this move a lot. Kurt was over 70% completion percentage, threw over 7,900 passing yards, 56 touchdowns, all in the 2 seasons with him. Now Cousins is a lot older, but that roster, you mentioned it, Josh. I mean, it's ridiculous. Robinson, London, Pitts, when he's going, he's solid. That defense is very good. They finally have a pass rush. There's a lot of stuff to like about Atlanta, and that division's very, very weak. I thought Stefanski kind of got the short end of the stick in Cleveland at the end of it. The Deshaun Watson trade was terrible. The moves they made after that I thought were bad, and they kind of really focused on their defense and not really a lot on their offense, and that kind of hurt them in the end. So I think this is a B plus move. I thought it was smart by the Falcons, and I don't hate and probably will bet on them to win that division next year.
All right, yeah, in the division, they're helped. I'd say for me as a hire, I'm a Stefanski fan. I mean, he's won Coach of the Year awards before. I'd give it that higher. I'd go A. I go organization. Wow. I go C minus D plus. I think the Atlanta Falcons is one of the worst organizations, and it's not because of the owner. It's because of the city. I think Atlanta is a terrible sports town. Has been forever. I can't tell how many times I turn the TV on and watch Hawks games, and I could guess the attendance right off my couch. It is ridiculous. When Dominic Wilkins was there, it was ridiculous. It's ridiculous now. It's always been ridiculous. Atlanta Braves in the playoffs for years, and they don't sell out playoff games. Sports fans, Atlanta are a joke. They've lost 2 hockey teams. It's a terrible sports city. The size of the city that it is, people always expect more. I don't care about the feel-good story with Stefanski and Arthur Blank where he pulls out the barbecue and he makes steaks. I mean, what do they do at the end of the night? Hey, Kevin, help me put this back in the truck. I got to tie it up in front of the Home Depot closest to my house with that chain, that bicycle chain, before the store opens in the morning. What the hell are we doing here? Who gives a rat's ass? You're a goddamn billionaire. Where's your chef to make us steaks? Sitting there trying to talk to you, got smoke blowing in my face. That story is ridiculous. I don't know why that's supposed to make everybody feel good that Arthur Blank made the steaks himself. F off.
Who cares, right?
Yeah.
Come on. All right, what do you got next, Mar? You're up.
All right, so next one, Miami Dolphins, Jeff Hafley. I have it as a B minus. Hafley helped bring back this Packer defense. I understand that with him calling the plays, Xavier McKinney and Rashawn Gary were all pro. You had Parsons for the first majority of the season, I should say, and then it fell apart when he left. But this guy, besides this experience as defensive coordinator, he ran Boston College. And stop me if you guys knew that before this, because when I found that out, I was like, oh my God, he ran Boston College. And then I quickly go, I don't remember Boston College being good. And then after doing a quick Google search, I go, oh yeah, they weren't good. You know what I mean? Like they weren't that solid of an organization at all. So I don't know how he's going to go from a mid college coach to a solid defensive coordinator to now leading an organization that has a crap ton of holes. They're going to need a QB that I don't know if they're going to get this year or next year or whenever the hell, or if they never get it, to be honest. I don't know if this was the right direction. He's supposed to be the CEO type of guy. I don't really buy it that much. I had it as B minus. I started with B plus, went to B minus. Now it's a C minus for me, Dave. It's like me in 7th grade. It just keeps getting worse.
All right, for me, I'm going to go worse than you. I'm going D as a higher D. There's nothing if I'm a Dolphin fan going, man, I'm thinking of getting season tickets next year. Wait a second. Jeff Hafley's there. I want that job. No, there's no way I'm getting excited about supporting this team with that guy as a head coach. I don't care what he did for the Packers defense. I think Micah Parsons made an impact on that Packers defense. Not a fan. I don't understand why you don't bring in a big name. It's Miami, considered a big city. Miami's been one of the more disappointing organizations since Dan Marino was there, and they didn't win any Super Bowls when he was there. They have a quarterback issue with Tua. A lot of talk that they're going to sit there and eat that dead weight of his contract, which you kind of have to do because they played it so poorly. And the mindset of football fans and guys knowing the Dolphins are desperate. You have Tyreek Hill problems with money there, and you're going, it's a terrible job. The Dolphin job to me was the worst job available. F organization right now. D head coaching hire. I have no idea what Stephen Ross is doing.
A D as well. As Mario said, he was not very good at Boston College, 22-26. I understand the Packers defense was good, but like Dave said, Micah Parsons, I think, had the most to do with their defense playing well. It might be the worst hire in the cycle. You have to wait and see what the rest of the grades are, but I'm not a fan of this hire at all, Mario.
Not even a little bit. Do you guys want to move on to the next one?
Yep.
Yes. All right, next one on here, we're going to go Tennessee Titans. So Robert Saleh is the head coach of the Titans, used to be the head coach of the Jets. You watched him go in and actually had that 49er team that was banged up, playing pretty good, as best he could. Some like guys play the hardest they could with him. I kind of look at this as two coaches they got in one with this hire, which is funny because they're both from New York. You got Saleh, who's from the Jets, and you got Dable, the OC from the other side, that of course was the head coach of the Giants. I like this hire, guys, that I'm sure a lot of people do. I'm going to go B. I'm going to go solid B for this one. I think they need a culture change, and when you have no one to get you excited to run through a wall, I think with a young team, I think this is the right hire for the Titans.
It's crazy. Robert Saleh reminds me a lot of like a Mike Vrabel or something like that. You know, a guy that used to be the coach of the Titans. They probably said, who could beat Mike Vrabel's ass in a fight? Robert Saleh is available. I agree with Dave, a B. I think we've been on the same page on all these mostly, but I think the way that the Tennessee Titans are looking at it are the same way the Chargers are looking at it. Like Mike McDaniel made it very clear in his press conference, I am head coach of the offense. And I kind of love that approach as a fan, right? Robert Saleh said, hey, I'm going to be the head coach on paper. I'll be head coach of the defense. Brian Dable is going to be head coach of the offense. It's a B for me, Robert Saleh. It's an A for me in tandem of Brian Dable and Robert Saleh, an offensive genius, a defensive genius working together with the Titans. I think they can be a team that's much more approved with those two guys as coaches.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see it the same way as you guys. I kind of factored in the Brian Dable as OC and go, that was an amazing addition to the staff and kind of elevated the grade. The only problem I have is this whole Jets experiment. He was a part of it. I don't think he deserves 100% of the blame, but some should go towards him. Gave too much control to Aaron, gave too much control to Hackett, kind of lost, I think, his voice within that own organization. Titans did that with Vrabel. Like Vrabel's voice was gone in it. And then next thing you know, he's on the Patriots and coaching to a Super Bowl. I just don't know if that's the best guy for that job. We're a guy that just struggled to kind of get his own culture going. I don't know if that's necessarily going to work in Tennessee if it didn't work in New York, but the people he has to deal with. So that's where I give this a B minus. I think it's smart, like you said. Robert Saleh gets guys to play for him. The Niners had JV players at the end of that season playing defense, and yet they were still a top 10 defensive unit. But the Jets, it's like Jets are kind of like an STD that never leaves you. It's like great guy, but still has herpes. Like that's what I feel like the Jets are.
Look at you. Got away with words.
That's pretty accurate, though, right?
Oh, boy. For Jets fans, yes.
All right.
Good
next, I'm going to go. I'm at a loss for words. Next, I'm going to go Jesse Minter, a guy we're all very familiar with. Interesting. If you were to ask me, do I think Jesse Minter is a great head coach? I would say yes. Or a great coach, I'd say yes. To be determined if he's going to be a great head coach. I don't understand the move of getting rid of John Harbaugh and then hiring a John Harbaugh disciple in Jesse Minter. So for the Ravens hiring Jesse Minter, I'm going to go B minus because I don't think it makes any sense. If it was another team, I might say A. But for now in the Ravens, I'll go B minus.
Okay, you kind of took the words right out of my mouth. I thought the same thing. You're replacing a voice with the guy that has a similar tone. If you really wanted to change, wouldn't you want to go a McVay option? Wouldn't you want to go maybe a Shanahan option in terms of their coaching tree? But instead, you stay within the Harbaughs. I get you want a guy that's been in your building before, but I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I do like the addition of Declan Doyle from what the Bears have said, and a lot of people in that locker room. They've saying high praises about him, so we'll see how that goes. But I had this at a B+ because I think Minter is going to be a really, really good defensive head coach for them, and that defense took a step back this year, Dave. I expect them to take a massive step forward. If he can change the Chargers defense around, imagine what he can do with that Baltimore defense.
Yeah, it's a strange hire. Almost if you put Jesse Minter with almost any other team, I would have said A. Like I think honestly, he's a future A coach. I was very impressed. We were all impressed. The people who follow the Chargers impressed. Obviously, the Ravens were impressed by Jesse Minter. Again, it's the way He went to a team that said, we have to make a change with the guy that's been with us for 18 years because his message was stale. It's like, I'm going to steal a Mario kind of story right here. It's like telling a girl, look, it's not working out. I'm going to break up with you. You drive me a little bit crazy and I can't stand your parents. So what I'm going to do is I have a new girlfriend and it's your sister. You know what? It's still the same goddamn parents. It's a still crazy family where she came from, but she's okay, but you aren't. So what the hell's the deal with Jesse Minter? Why would you get Jesse Minter, who's been trained as basically another Harbaugh brother? That's what he is. That's where he learned everything. Culture, the way you run a team. He learned from John and Jim. Doesn't make any sense, this hire by the Ravens. Really weird.
Weird.
We're killing
See
it
how
today.
so I told
yeah.
that story, Mario, with that herpes. See how that worked out?
Yeah. There's someone in my hometown where a girl dated two brothers.
Boy.
Okay.
Yeah. I was
What do you
in
got
eighth
next, Mario?
grade. I got Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's the one I wanted you to
Mike
start
McCarthy.
with. Good.
Okay.
Glad it fell to you.
Felt to me. Do
I'm
you
glad
want me to
that
go
one
first?
fell to you. Yeah, 100%. I was waiting for you to get this one.
It's a car wreck. It is a car wreck waiting to happen. I don't get it at all by Pittsburgh. You fired Tomlin that nonstop gets you to playoffs and loses in the first round. In comes big boy McCarthy. That's exactly what he's going to do. You're going to run it back with Rodgers, run it back with the same team. He's going to have the same message to him. They're going to be at the exact same level as they're always at. They're going to make the playoffs, and then they're going to have a terrible, terrible loss in a game that they should have won. Where you go, I have no idea how you lost that game, but you did. And they're going to show Mike McCarthy, who's going to have his hands crossed on the sideline with the biggest play call sheet you'll ever see. That's probably just a menu from Denny's. And you're going to go, what happened, Mike? He's going to go, I don't know. Just got away from me. Game just got away. I don't get it. They should have gone younger. They should have gone in a complete tank teardown situation. Instead, they're going to stay where they're at and enjoy it, Pittsburgh. That sucks. Life sucks.
All right. So for me is McCarthy, obviously, is a guy that's a Pittsburgh native. A lot of talk is they had to bring McCarthy in because all of a sudden him and Aaron Rodgers are friends now where they weren't before when Aaron got him pushed out the door. But it brings Aaron back because they weren't going to find a quarterback that was as good as Aaron to play the 2026 season. So the talk is now that you got McCarthy, you got his guy. Aaron doesn't retire. He comes back to Pittsburgh. It was more to keep Aaron Rodgers. Mike McCarthy fits Pittsburgh by just what it is when you think about Pittsburgh, right? Like he's the guy that should be coaching with a towel around his neck, right? A terrible towel just around his neck, wiping sweat off when it's still 18 degrees outside. The guy looks like a Pittsburgh guy, right? Just completely out of shape. Looks like a guy that should be eating Clark bars while he's coaching. He's a complete mess. If he was coaching in Miami, like that guy doesn't look like Miami at all. But that guy does look Pittsburgh, but he's not a long-lasting guy. He's a short-term guy, which is really weird for the Steelers because the Steelers usually don't go a short-term, right? They go guys that they keep for 20 years. To me, the hire for the Steelers was to go to a young guy. If you wanted to go a young defensive guy, then Minter would have been the perfect fit there. But they didn't. They decided to go offensive side of the ball, which means maybe you should have gone for a Clint Kubiak, a LaFleur, one of those guys, and offered them the job. But to bring in McCarthy, this is putting that patch on the tire with the hole in it. That's all you're doing. This guy is not going to be head coach of the Steelers in the next 5 years. I hope he's around in the next 5 years. But let's be honest. He's not the picture of health. Okay, so I don't think he's the guy to turn the Steelers around and get them back to a Super Bowl.
What's your grade?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to give a grade? My grade's going to be a C-.
Wow. I'm going to go D for all the reasons you guys both said. And if we keep doing it this long, we're never going to end this show. So let's go to the next one. What do you got, Dave?
All right, next up on here is going to be Buffalo Bills, Joe Brady. OC, I don't think he's the right coach for this job. Look, I think Josh Allen got to pick this. C+ is what a lot of people in Buffalo are saying. I think C+ for people in Buffalo, you're hoping. All right, it could have been either him or Dable. Honestly, I would have gone with someone outside the organization. You're moving into a brand new stadium next year. This is a new wave of Buffalo Bills football, someone that's going to take you to the Super Bowl. Might be way wrong on this one, but for me, I'm not a Joe Brady fan. I don't think he's the right personality, right person, a big enough personality to be head coach of the Buffalo Bills at this time, going in a new stadium while Josh Allen's still in his prime. I give this grade actually a D+.
I'm going to go C minus. And I felt better about this grade before he did his press conference, Mario. And then when he did his press conference, I said, oh my God, this guy's probably not a head coach. I don't feel good about it at all. I agree with Dave. I think Josh Allen 100% chose him as the head coach. I thought it was going to be Brian Dable, right? It's either going to be his old OC or his current OC. I just don't think he's head coach material. I also said the same thing about Liam Cohen, and I was terribly wrong. So I might be wrong again, Mario.
I just want to know, was he part of the coaches or coaching staff that wanted Keon Coleman? Was he part of that? Did he, did he have no say? It's C+ for me. If it works great. But I don't know how many times have you promoted from within. When, by the way, you have the best job on the market. Works out. You could have picked your head coaching candidate easily. Harbaugh, Stefanski, Kubiak. Let's go with the guy inside that helped you after receiver that no one wanted, that we just took a crap on. Good work.
All right. Next on my list, I have Clint Kubiak and the Raiders. I hate to say this because we hate the Raiders. I think it's an A. I think Clint Kubiak is going to be an awesome coach for the Raiders. It's kind of funny. They just went to the Seahawks for Pete Carroll. Then they go back to the Seahawks for Clint Kubiak, but he's really good offensive mind. Obviously, he took the Seahawks to the Super Bowl this year, so I think it's a step up for that offense. You're going to end up with the number 1 pick. You're going to have one of the best young running backs in Genty, one of the best tight ends in Bowers. I think it makes a ton of sense. The next move for the Raiders should be trading away Max Crosby and getting something in return. I think this is an A hire.
Can the Raiders be patient? Because if they're patient, I give this an A. If they can't be patient and they want something done like that in a year, well, it's going to be a D+, and he'll be fired. And then you're paying another coach not to coach for you. Because with the division, the conference, the players that they have, Kubiak, young head coach, Dave, I think it's going to take some time for him to kind of get his winning ways going.
Yeah, you're going to end up with a rookie quarterback. You're going to have obviously one of the best, if not the best, tight end in football. You have a running back that didn't have a great year, but it's because who was around him. I agree with almost every single thing Josh said. It's the defensive side of the ball for the Raiders that's a mess. They can fix that offensive line. They got a ton of draft picks. Raiders are in good shape. Thing is, they're in maybe arguably the toughest division in all of football. So it's going to be tough. Mario, I think he stays for a while. I think you're a fool to think that you can fix this in 1 year. It's a 2 to 5 year process to me when you look at all the holes the Raiders have. But finally finding what they think is a franchise quarterback is the key to everything, more so than the head coach.
What's your grade?
My grade is an A.
Okay. What do you got, Mario?
All right, last but not least, Arizona Cardinals hired Mike.
There's 2 more.
Floor.
Hold on. Browns also.
Oh God, Jesus Christ on a cross. All right, yeah, we'll go Cardinals first, and then Mike LaFleur. For Cardinals, I gave this a C+. This is another one I kept going down. It's like when I got caught cheating. Everyone loved Chris Shula, and he was supposed to be the next bright mind out of this McVay coaching tree. And somehow Mike LaFleur gets this job. This guy was the Jets OC, which again, herpes. Watch out for it. Does a really bad job there. Gets let go. Goes with McVay. Gets tutored by him. History tells you that, spend a time with McVay or just 5 seconds with him. You're going to be a good head coach. He didn't call the plays. When he did, it looked bad. I don't love this hire, and I don't love this organization either. I think this is the worst job on the market, so I think it's a C+.
It's a bad job, bad organization, right? I mean, the Cardinals have been bad since the 40s, except for that 1 year when they had Kurt Warner and they made a run for the Super Bowl against Steelers. The Cardinals are an embarrassment. They're one of those forgotten organizations where if all of a sudden they weren't in the league next year, how many weeks would go by before anybody even noticed? So I look at the Cardinals and going, it's a train wreck, and I don't care who you put in there. This coaching hire fits in perfect for a guy that's going to get fired in 2 years. It seems like the Arizona thing to do. I was thinking about this right before the show started. If Marvin Harrison Jr. went to Seattle and JSN went to Arizona, would Marvin Harrison be the offensive player of the year candidate we're talking about? The guy that could win Super Bowl MVP this weekend? Because people go to Arizona and their careers die.
Larry Fitzgerald didn't die.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald ruined his entire career in Arizona. I mean, honest to God, if Larry Fitzgerald's on any organization, we might be talking him in the same breath as Jerry Rice. Larry Fitzgerald's underrated as hell, by the way, if you look at his career. Never dropped a ball. He just didn't drop footballs. It was awesome.
I think I disagree with you guys about the Arizona Cardinals. You got Trey McBride, and then you have
Yes.
That's it. That's it. It's the worst job ever. Yeah. What? Is somebody else over there that I'm forgetting?
Buddha.
Buddha Baker?
Yeah, Buddha
Please.
Baker's good.
Buddha Baker. Yeah.
You got those two guys. It's the Kellen Moore hire with the Saints. Nothing's going to happen. You could have hired any coach. They weren't going to win in this situation. To me, it's a C. It's just like a nothing hire. Like Dave said, you probably would forget about the Cardinals after the season starts. Nothing for me. And then the last one is the Browns. Dave, what do you got?
Okay, another organization, complete joke. The only reason people are aware of the Browns is because they have a huge fan base, believe it or not. Jim Brown, the history of the Browns there. But guys, the Browns are so strange because they were great before the Super Bowl started. Before that, they were winning NFL championships and people talked about them. The Browns have terrible ownership, terrible colors, terrible everything. There's nothing about the Browns. Monken coming up is as a head coach, right? I got that correct? Is Todd Monken?
Todd Monken.
It's Todd Monken. He's C. It's ridiculous. The fact that Jim Schwartz is so pissed off that he goes, I want out of my contract. I don't want anything to do with you guys. So now what happens? You have a defensive coordinator who has 1 year left on his deal that doesn't want to coach because he thought he was passed over and doesn't want anything to do with the Browns organization. It's still Shador Sanders, who had more interceptions than touchdown passes. I got it. He's playing in the Pro Bowl. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. He's gonna die on the vine in Cleveland. It's a complete mess. Myles Garrett, go ahead, keep racking up the sacks and talk about your Hall of Fame career. You're never going to go back to the postseason. It's a goddamn joke. It's an embarrassment.
Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns. You can put them all together. They're all going nowhere. It's a C for me as well, maybe even lower. He's not going to win. Todd Monken is not going to win in Cleveland.
Yeah, no, he's not. This was a guy that Harbaugh got fired for. So see what happens.
There you go. So anyway, I'm glad we aren't in the conversation looking for a coach, and hopefully we shouldn't be for a while. You know, again, it's funny is next year the Super Bowl's in Los Angeles. How great would it be to see the Chargers playing a Super Bowl inside their own stadium? It'd be awesome, right?
Be great.
Be an incredible week. Getting ready for that and all the talk.
Talking about their own stadium, we were talking about the Chargers' best games of the 2026 seasons. Are we talking about home games only or just all together the best games?
All together, 3 games, right? Pick 3 games that you say can't miss for you, that you go, I got to see these games.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm confused. Is this for next year or this past year?
For next year.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
Okay, why would I want to see a game again from last year?
I don't, because that's what I
know
just
we
heard
lost
it
in the
that
playoff.
way.
I don't care
So
what
I'm
we
just
did last
asking.
year. Yes.
You done with your attitude? Because I don't appreciate it.
No,
You
I'm
lose
really
your hat,
not.
You get all sassy over there.
I'm not. I got super angry this morning at somebody. It made me feel 20 years younger. Like all of a sudden, I think my testosterone went up. Yep.
Oh,
That's good.
there you go.
All right. We'll go one game at a time, okay? And I think the Chargers' road games might be a little bit better than their home games. I'm going to start right there with the road game. I think the Rams-Chargers is a game you can't miss. Battle of LA. Not really a huge rivalry yet between the Rams and the Chargers, but I think it could be really good next season when you have 2 of the best teams in the NFL facing off in their own stadium. It's really the Rams stadium. But to me, that's a game you can't miss. Matt Stafford, hopefully he's back. Him versus Herbert is must-see TV. So I think that's definitely a game you got to watch.
Little storyline there too. McVay tree coming back at his former coach. Let's go. All right. For me, I didn't mean to click on that. Hey-o. They're at home. They're in the Super Bowl. They beat us in the playoffs. We get our revenge, the New England Patriots. Let's put a little noogie on Mike Vrabel. Let's get it back for how they manhandled us this past year. Let's put pressure on Drake. Let's make him look like a really bad quarterback. This could be a special message that says F you from all the Chargers. And, this past year, guys, we weren't able to get revenge on Houston. Let's get revenge on New England in 2026.
All right. So what are your 3 teams? Your 3 games?
We're going one at a time.
We're going one at a time.
One at a time? Oh, shit.
Thanks
Okay.
for listening.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting there looking. I'm ready to go. All right. I'm going to go.
Give two.
All right.
Give 2.
I'm going Patriots, like Mario said, in the AFC here, and I'm going Seahawks, the other Super Bowl team in the NFC. It's an away game.
Yeah, that should be a great game. Like I said, I think the road games are a little bit better. but the Chargers have some good home games. My next one is going to be a home game, Denver. I really think the Broncos are becoming like the new big rival in the division. It's probably going to be the Chiefs too as well when Patrick Mahomes is healthy. I hate Sean Payton. Something about Bo Nix is very unlikable to me. I really just want to punch him in the face. And Broncos fans are the most annoying within the division. Like, I don't even think it's close that the Broncos have the most annoying fans. I really need the Chargers to beat the Broncos again at home. And they're pissed the Chargers beat them in SoFi last year on the miracle play by Justin Herbert. To me, that's a must-see game.
Okay, Mario B. Hannon says, "Didn't we lose to the Texans? We did lose to the Texans."
That's what I said.
I know that he did say that, B. Hannon. The way you said it, I was like, did he just say we beat? He said we weren't able to get it done. So what he said, B. Hannon.
And speaking of Texans, that's my next game to look forward to. We just have a Texans problem. We can't beat them. They have our number. We gotta at least get them one time. There are matchup wise, they're terrible for us. We gotta get over the Houston Texans hump. And I think we're the only team in NFL history that's ever said that.
That's true.
We have a Houston Texan problem. What?
That's true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. All right. For me, my third team, it's going to be the Rams. Okay. And if you look at the teams that I said Patriots, Seahawks, Rams. Those are the three teams I think you have to show you're better than to win the Super Bowl. All right. So when they're in Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles next year at this time, and we're getting ready for it, I'm saying that they're going to either face Seattle or face the Rams. Okay. LA Super Bowl in LA is what my prediction is going to happen. And I want to see what it looks like during the regular season before we see it in the postseason.
Yeah, so my third team was the Patriots, which Mario already said. There's something about Drake May and Justin Herbert to me that are eerily similar. They just play very similar to me. Drake May might be almost as good as Justin Herbert. People from the other side of the country will tell you he's better. I'm not there yet, but he's very good. I think both guys are top 5 quarterbacks. Justin Herbert needs to prove it by beating the best teams. Like Dave said, the Seahawks, you got to win. The Patriots, you got to win. You got to beat the best teams in the league. And the Chargers have the opportunity to do that next year in SoFi, or this year in SoFi.
This is a hard schedule, fellas. This is a bitch of a schedule.
It's exciting. We get a break with the Cardinals and Dolphins.
That's it.
Hey, that's a good game when you have McDaniel go back to Miami, right? He wants to put up points.
True. I'm taking the over in that game.
We might get 60 in that one. Take the over, Mario.
Well, already did.
Okay.
All right. Dude, this is not in the title of the show, but it happened today, and it's part of my rant, Mario, so I'm just going to jump into it. Chris O'Leary had his press conference today. I don't know if either one of you guys had a chance to watch the press conference. I liked everything I heard. It sounds great to me. He seems like a guy that's ready for the job. He's very energetic. He's definitely a Jesse Minter disciple. Like, he was talking about Jesse Minter more during this press conference than he talked about himself. Like, he says he talks to Jesse Minter constantly. He would show the Western Michigan team Jesse Minter, schemes and Chargers highlights, and then he gets hired as the Chargers DC. So the Chargers obviously wanted to keep it in-house in a way with a Jesse Minter coach. I think it makes a ton of sense, and I really like the hire, and I like the press conference. My rant is, how in the hell can we not get a microphone out to the media during these press conferences? You can't hear the questions. And I've talked about this before on the podcast. Everything sounds like Kenny from South Park. You can't hear anything. Like, how is this still a problem? This is not happening in New York and major cities, which LA is a major city. You can't get a microphone out to the reporters and the journalists asking questions. Am I the only one that feels this way? We all watch the Chargers press conferences. You can't hear any of the questions. It's insane. Rant over.
You're 100%. No, you're 100% right. I mean, good God. The thing is, the guys who answer the question should answer the question repeating what you said so everyone's aware of what just happened. So you don't sound like a dope that just rambles. You know what I'm saying? If you said, what do you think about Justin Herbert as a quarterback? It's a great question. Justin Herbert as our quarterback. Boom. And you let people know what the hell the question was. It's ridiculous. It's unlistenable. It's insane. What are we doing here?
The worst too is when you hear the typing, like they put the mic near, like obviously where the keyboard is, like the reporter does, and you can hear the typing as they ask it, and you go, "Oh my God, I just want to hear like what they have to say." It's terrible. We have the same problem in Chicago. I've heard it beat Detroit. It's terrible. Like, I can't believe it's 2026. Like, how? Give them the freaking Everyone should just have the podcast mic we all put on our shirts in those TikTok videos. You know what I mean?
Or hand the
How does
mic
that work?
around, like one mic. You know,
Yeah.
they do that, right? They go, okay, you're next. Here's the mic. Like they do
Yes.
that I work in
That's
healthcare, and every healthcare conference, they give people who nobody cares about microphones. We can't give LA Chargers media people microphones. Fernando needs to fix this. It's his fault. 100%.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was it.
I agree.
I just blacked out there.
Good.
All right, what's next?
All right, real quick, Hall of Fame. All right, we got comments, but I want to get to the Hall of Fame real quick. So the NFL, the Pro Football Hall of Fame told Bill Belichick, your resume is impressive, not good enough though to go in. Most ridiculous thing of all time. The guy has 8 Super Bowl rings. I mean, it's insane. 6 as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator. Bill Parcells, who everybody loves, who's in the Hall of Fame, never won a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick. It's crazy. Bill Belichick, my opinion, I'm not a Patriots fan at all. Can't stand the Patriots. Dude, they should name the trophy the Bill Belichick trophy and get rid of the Lombardi trophy. You have that many. That should be the thing. Whoever has the most Super Bowl wins should get their name on the goddamn trophy. The fact he's not in, it's embarrassment to football. The fact that Robert Kraft today was told you aren't getting in made me laugh because Robert Kraft's an owner. You know, yeah, does he have a lot to do with the team? And he made the hire to get Bill Belichick in. Yes, but the fact that obviously there's a stance here made against the Patriots. So what does that mean about Tom Brady, who is arguably the greatest football player in the history of this game, that he won't get in when it's his turn to go first ballot? Is Tom Brady not getting in? Is this a sign of things to come that they're going to punish Tom too for Deflategate, where he was suspended, if you remember, 4 games, right? For the different things that have happened in the Patriots on their way to winning those championships. Is the media taking a stance against the Patriots and what they're doing?
So it's a great question. First off, I think it's BS. I hate Bill Belichick, but he's definitely in the Hall of Fame. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Robert Kraft's an owner, so I think that's a different conversation about owners getting into the Hall of Fame. 100% he should be in the Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame because of the cheating, right? We can all agree that's probably why he got left out. Is there any reason why he wouldn't be left out other than the cheating? But he still should be in.
Media doesn't love him.
Yeah, he made the media's job hard.
Look,
Yeah.
This is the thing with the Hall of Fame voting. It shouldn't be where you can't see who voted. You should see every single person's vote. Same with baseball and every other sport. Like Ichiro, remember he missed being a unanimous Hall of Famer by 1 vote. Like whoever that guy is should never be able to vote again. Whoever didn't vote Bill Belichick in should never be able to get in again. Terrell Owens didn't get in the first time around because he was a jerk to the media. It should be off of who these guys are on the field and the coaches they were. 100%. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, I think with Brady also, I highly doubt it because he's in the media now and he's very generous with doing spots. He's very generous with doing interviews, so I don't think this will happen to him. On Bill's side, look, I don't think a lot of the owners in the NFL love Bill. I don't think the media obviously doesn't like Bill. A lot of people just aren't for him, but what speaks above all that is the 6 Super Bowls, the 2 he won as assistant, or how many he won as assistant, and being one of the best.
8 total.
Yes, so 2 as assistant, one of the best defensive minds in football. He should be in no matter what.
My thing is, you win 2 Super Bowls as a quarterback or coach, you should go in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, I mean, to my opinion, I mean, look how long, Eli Manning, obviously he won 2 Super Bowls. People want to say Eli wasn't very good, but he won 2 Super Bowls, Jim Plunkett of the Raiders won 2 Super Bowls. People go, what do you mean Hall of Fame? It's just always kind of strange and why it takes a while. Tom Flores of the Raiders took him forever. Nothing's worse than watching a guy go in the Hall of Fame after he died, by the way. It means you guys effed up. You guys completely screwed this thing up. It's sad for the family. How do you not give the guy what he deserved while he was alive? It's ridiculous.
And what do you want their son or wife to say? Or like daughter? Like what when they go up there, like what do you expect them to say? Thanks for everything? Like I'd be like, here's a double bird.
And my thing is, if you don't get in the first time, then almost like you shouldn't get in. Like he didn't, Belichick isn't going to coach any more games from now to next year when the whole deal. Now, there's talk he wants his name off the ballot, all this crap. I mean, Terrell Owens was super pissed. Everybody, it's supposed to be such an honor. The Hall of Fame is a big deal. As we had Eric Weddle on talking about the College Football Hall of Fame. When you go into the Hall of Fame, you live forever. That's what that means. You basically live forever.
Yeah, Deion Sanders floated the idea of having a different class of Hall of Famers. You have the first ballot guys and the rest of the guys. And they asked Charles Barkley that question for the NBA, and he said he's all for it. He said,
Yeah,
"Guess what? I'm not." He said, "I'm not with I'm not with those guys. I never won a championship. So if they did it in my sport, I'd be okay with it." He's like, "I'm not sitting at the same table as MJ and Larry Bird and Magic and LeBron and Kobe, and I would accept it as a Hall of Famer. I don't think a lot of Hall of Famers would accept a different color jacket or whatever they would do. It'd just be weird."
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's an insult. That's insane. Things Barkley knows he'd go in the first ballot. Barkley didn't have to win a championship to go in. Barkley was one of the best players of all time. He knows it. But why would he do that? To me, it's cool as hell when they talk about the Hall of Fame and they're like, you're number 320 to go into the Hall of Fame. And of all the people who ever played this game, like only 325 people are in the Hall of Fame, is amazing, right? To sit there and have a different color jacket's insane. It just kind of, it takes basically how great it is out of it. Not a fan.
So hold on. If you're in the Hall of Fame, that's supposed to be like the most prestigious honor you can get as a player or a coach. If you aren't in like the top level Hall of Fame, you're not really in like the Hall of Fame. So it's kind of like a backhanded
Hall of the lobby.
situation.
I mean, what
are
are we
you
doing?
saying like if you didn't get it first,
Let's say I get in, like, let's say they did that and I get into the Hall of Fame, but I'm not a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're like, I'm in, but like, I'm
took a
not.
while?
Yeah. Well, I'm not like even the top class of Hall of Famers. It's just weird. The Hall of Fame should just be like the Hall of Fame. That's the way I look at it.
I don't know though, because like I wouldn't care.
You'd
Like
care.
I'd be like, oh man, no matter
You would
what.
care.
You'd care, dude.
These guys
Come
have crazy egos. Most
Come
of
on. Would you rather date a 10 or a 7?
No, I mean, I'm trying to think. Like I remember when I'm only saying this because I remember my dad made it like a big thing. Like Richard Dent got into the Hall of Fame very late. Like it was in the 2000s he got in, and he stopped playing like in the 90s. And I was like, I don't know if I would care if I was him. Like, oh, I got in no matter what.
Yeah.
Like only select. Yeah, I mean, that definitely did.
Because his position wasn't appreciated as much. It was different. Like there are a ton of wide receivers that either aren't in or took forever to get in. Because there's so many wide receivers that were good. The game changed. I don't know, man. I watched Dave Parker go in the Baseball Hall of Fame last summer, and he died. And he going, this is ridiculous. The guy was arguably one of the best players in baseball for 10 years, and then too late. He knew he was going in, but then he didn't live long enough to go in to give his speech. It sucks.
It does suck. All right, and the Basketball Hall of Fame is a joke. All right, we're gonna go to the comments.
I'm in. Do you guys know I'm in? I killed it at Roxbury Park for like 3 Saturdays in a row in May of '92. Yeah. I'm in. That's all it took.
I had a good night at Dave and Buster's Papa Shot, and I got in. So anybody can get in. Yeah.
God dang. I averaged 42 points a game one time at the Jewish Community Center. I got into. It's ridiculous.
All right. AK wants to clear the air. 199 says, I want to be clear. I love my GM. I am a Bolts fan. Thank you. And I'm happy to hear you say that, AK, because I thought you were against Joe Ortiz. I'm glad you're back.
Yes.
We can end the show now.
We even put the hearts in there. He really does love them.
Thanks.
Good to hear from you, AK.
TMAJC 200 pesos. He says maybe Mario can help with this one. Do Vegas odds take in consideration the past or tendencies? Example, odds for us winning the Super Bowl with Herbert's playoff record, or is it purely based on the roster before the season starts?
Yeah, I mean, past tendencies do matter within an odds or like what the number will be. Obviously, like putting Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady as an underdog very rarely happens. Every year, Chiefs, Yankees, Dodgers, they'll always be up top of the odds board of winning the title. But it also changes, so it's not purely based on roster before the season starts. That's fluid, so it changes based off records, statistics, additions, subtractions, coaching hires, stuff like that. So it's very fluid in what happens. This is, I mean, the spread's what, 4.5, I think, right now, and hasn't really moved either way. And that's kind of it's not rare, but it's kind of interesting. At that number, you'd expect it to kind of lean a certain way. But I think it's just because people are probably betting more props than they do straight up on the spread.
Next one comes from Kev Adrian 499 says, did you watch O'Leary's intro? Smart, tough, rigid. Will he be as good as Minter? Who cares? The defense will take on his aggressive mindset.
Dude, I'm sold on this guy just by what Tony Jefferson said. I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I mean, the fact he's at Western Michigan makes me nervous because I'm like, I don't even know anyone who owns a Western Michigan hoodie. Like, I don't know anything about Western Michigan. Okay. But the fact that Tony Jefferson has been in this league a long time and understands good defense, bad defense, and guys who can get it done, he was sold on him 100%. That's enough for me.
Yeah, I like him. I mean, from what I've heard so far, Mario.
Biggest question mark going into the year? Defense?
No,
With him
no.
calling
offensive
it? No?
line until they prove it to me.
Fair. Fair.
Dude, we all
Could
can't
be-
wait to see what Mike McDaniel does, right? I mean, dude, it has to be better than what the hell we just saw. It's like putting 4 tires on a car finally, then we've been riding with 3. Like, we got to see. What do we have? What do we really have?
Well, that's the thing. I'm not like nervous about it. Like, I'm excited.
I'm
for
not,
that.
but
I'm
I'm
nervous
excited.
about the offensive line.
Yeah.
Still,
Are you nervous about the defense, Mario?
A little.
Okay.
all right. AK 499 says, "Why do you need to pay Zion 18 million a year when you can move up to number 18, give up a 2027 third round you can afford? Makes too much sense and sign away." So there's a lot of talk about, do you pay Zion? Do you not pay Zion? Is he worth the money? What do you guys think?
He's not worth 18 million to me.
Yeah, he's not worth 18 million to me at all.
Not even close.
And I don't know if I'd move up either.
I wouldn't move up.
I'm not moving up. I'm not giving up anything to move up.
You can't. Yeah. I mean, we're already short on draft picks this year anyway.
Who's going
I
to be
wouldn't-
available at number 18, AK?
Who does he want?
Yeah, I'm not
All
moving up, and I'm not paying Zion either that much money.
We're going to make AK pay another $4.99 just to tell us who he wants.
Well, I'm curious, like, because this draft, I know, like, this draft's a heavy edge rusher draft and, like, receiver one. Well, you know, if we sign Elway, we're not really begging for an edge rusher right now. We're not really begging for a wideout. So why the hell would we move up?
I think he's saying move up for a guard if you don't pay Zion. But he says 199, Howie Roseman and Les Snead do this. Why not us?
Well, okay. So the Rams, what happened to your $4.99 to $1.99? What kind of BS is that? But you look at the Rams, they have 2 first-round picks this year. Like, the Rams are going to get better. You look at the Patriots, who obviously are way ahead of schedule where they thought they were going to be. They're going to be better next year. Should be on paper a lot better than they were even this year. So if I'm not mistaken, don't the Chargers have 6 picks this year in this draft coming up? We traded one away for Jekyllist, right?
I think they have 6. Yeah.
So I think we have 6. The guy I was saying who I wanted was Cannon Proctor from Alabama, to take him from a left tackle to make him a guard and come back with the tackles you already have. And for what I'm seeing, that he would be available. Guy's as big as a house. Go ahead. What's this all about?
5 picks.
5
We got
picks.
5.
We can't afford to trade picks.
Yeah, you can't trade picks if you only have 5. Those are the 2 best GMs. AK, I agree with you, though. I think those are the 2 best guys.
Yeah.
Mike G, $10 says, "I don't think we signed Linderbaum. McDaniel never even had a top 20 offensive line. He developed an undrafted center to an all-pro. I also don't think we will have 2 of the highest paid offensive linemen."
I don't know if I agree with that. I think this team's pretty desperate right now. And I think this team's pretty centered on the idea that they have to win in this window. And with this move with letting Roman go and bringing McDaniel, I think Joe and Jim are on the same page of we're going to do everything we can to win a title. If that means overspending on the offensive line position, I think they'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Tyler Linderbaum is everybody wants Tyler Linderbaum. And he might end up with the Ravens still, right? Like, that's still an option. So I don't have my heart set on Tyler Linderbaum just because it's going to be hard to get him. Just spend the right money, right? That's all you ask for in your GM is spend smart money, make the right draft picks. I 100% believe in Joe Ortiz during the draft. You have to get an offensive lineman, Mario, in the first round. Even if you get Tyler Linderbaum, you have to get a first round offensive lineman, unless there's a player that's so good you can't pass him up. But I don't know how you can justify not getting at least 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 or 4 rounds.
Dave?
That's it. No, I'm with you guys. I have no disagreement at all. I'm with you.
All right. Dave can go first on this one. B. Hannon, $2 says, "What's your go-to sandwich spot?"
All right, it's funny you say that, Behan. The other day I went for a sandwich on Saturday. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon. And I said, you know what? Who's eating lunch at 2:30 in the afternoon? Because People usually eat around 12. So I'm like, I'm just going to go in and go right back out. This is kind of turning into a little bit of a rant right here. I said, going to Jersey Mike's. Look at me. I'm going to spend $30 on a goddamn sandwich, which is ridiculous. With the effing tip. Like every time I see that tip, drives me nuts on the sandwich. Now, look, they bust their ass, but dude, you're making a goddamn sandwich. I'm tipping. It drives me nuts. And I do tip. Okay. But man, I go in there and these two women in front of me, and I just wanted them to look at me like I do to everyone else when they're by themselves at the grocery store with nothing in the cart behind them. Why don't you just go ahead? But they didn't. And they sat there and they ordered their 2 mini, whatever the smallest sandwiches you can order at Jersey Mike's. And everything was specialty. It took 25 minutes to order these 2 mini sandwiches. Okay. And then they get it and they go, can you cut it into threes? Threes? What the hell are you talking about? That's a 1-bite sandwich you just ordered. Now you want to cut it 3 times? Cut it into threes. Then right before they check out, hey, can you ring that up again? Can I get a military discount? And I'm like, God dang it. Like, why don't you have that ready before they ring it up? Now I got to go back and do the whole thing. Dude, I was there forever at Jersey Mike's at 2:30 in the afternoon. I think I walked in 2:30, walked out at 3:15. Jersey Mike's, long story short, is my go-to sandwich shop right now. Super pissed off with the people around me.
Those people are protecting our country. They can't even order a sandwich.
Dude, she wasn't
What's
protecting
your
anything.
deal?
She wasn't protecting anything but that Diet Pepsi she was holding. Dude, she was retired. All right. Maybe back in the day she did. Not Saturday, she wasn't protecting shit. Protecting her place in line. I had no time for it.
Jersey Mike's too. Ditto. Love Jersey Mike's. What's your least favorite sandwich spot?
Oh, fireplace. Not
I've never heard of
fireplace.
Never heard of
Firehouse.
it. Never heard of that one either.
Oh, Firehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Dude,
good.
I like
Subway's
sandwiches.
hit or miss sometimes, I feel like.
Dude, yeah,
Subway
I'm not
can
a
be hit or
fan.
miss.
Yeah. Dude, I've been going to Subway since the 80s, dude. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the smell of the bread when I walk in there. Like good places, good bakeries.
Really?
It smells great in here. I don't know why the bread drives me. I'm like, it smells so great in here.
If you walk into a Subway, you smell like Subway for the rest of the day. I remember me and Dave used to go to Subway, and I think he knows what I'm gonna say. And we'd go back to the house, and like we'd be like, "Don't tell Jake, my brother, like we went to Subway," and he'd be like on the couch, and we'd be like 30 feet away from him, and he'd be like, "Let's go to Subway." Like, damn it. But yeah, I feel like back in the day, Subway was so much better. I don't know. Definitely not $5 footlong anymore. Quiznos used to be good, but Jersey Mike's would be my go-to.
Dude, there's a Quiznos right next to my apartment, and every time I walk
No
by
way.
it, I'm like,
I didn't know
still
they even
going.
existed. I didn't even know they even
Same.
existed anymore.
I was like,
Dude.
every time I walk by it, I'm like, I don't know how this thing's still kicking.
Yeah, is it next to the Blockbuster? What the F? What's going on over
I
there?
know.
Jesus, man. By the way, dude, for any sandwich shop, and I'm talking about Subway, that is either in a Walmart or in a gas station. Like, dude, it's not going to taste as good knowing you serve gas in the same place. Damn it.
Oh, okay, you're doing it wrong then.
Okay,
Let
I'm
me
doing it
introduce
wrong.
yourself. Yes.
Okay, I need to
When
go
you
make
see-
my goddamn sandwich and just check pump 6. Okay.
No, you walk in there, and if it's at a gas station one, you go, "Hey, honey, how are you?" "I'm good." Like you start that off, Dave. Some extra portions are coming your way, brother.
By
A little
calling a
extra
girl
chicken
honey?
on there. No, you just be very sweet. "How's your day?" "Good." You just start a little chit chat. You crack a joke. You keep it very friendly, Dave, and they take care of you. That's the easiest lesson in the book.
Do you call women honey?
McAllister's is a great call, B-handed. McAllister's is fantastic if you've never had it. In that situation, I just create something friendly. Yeah, I accidentally said honey this past weekend while I was trying to get someone's number, and boy, did I want to bang my head against the wall. As soon as I said it, I go, "That's probably a fake number." I was so upset with myself.
Did it start with
I didn't mean to say that,
555?
honey.
Started with
I was-
911.
As soon as I said it, I like my friend was next to me. I was like, I don't know why. I was like, I didn't mean to say honey. I was thinking about.
That's
I
funny.
was just at a spot, and like again, you're trying to get the good service, so you're talking to them a little bit. They're a little bit older. They like the honey. You're good.
AK 199. I said 2027 draft, Dave. Uncle Dave, are you okay? Okay, AK. The Chargers also have 5 picks in the 2027 draft. So no, I'm not trading anything. You
Yeah,
traded
are
away
you
your
okay?
6th round pick for Trevor Penning. That worked out fantastic. You traded away your 7th round pick for Austin Deculus. That was even better. So no, dude, I'm not trading up to lose another draft pick.
Also, keep it to 2026 here, AK. Jesus Christ, man. We just got to
Yeah, we just got here.
draft
We
talk.
just got here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we had this
January
guy the other
felt
day
like 12
talking
weeks.
about the Valentine's Day in 2027. I was like, who does that?
Yeah, I
Right?
did.
That was so crazy. That threw me for a whirl.
Everybody, it threw everyone for a whirl when I said that.
All right. Was that your rant or do you have another rant?
No. All right, here's my rant. It's funny. I think it was B. Hannon wrote it or Mike G wrote it. But literally, it was my rant. It was that boxing match this past weekend where the dude got hit in the face, Miller, and his hairpiece went flying off. Did you guys catch this?
He won that
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
Okay, he got hit in the face, and that thing went whoo straight up in the air. And then that was crazy. Then they kind of stopped the fight, and then he takes his hairpiece and he guns it into the crowd. I'm like, dude, when I'm a little kid and someone throws a wristband at me, like if Jordan took the wristband off his elbow and chucked it into the crowd, I would have been like, dude, I got Jordan's wristband. Dude, you throw a hairpiece at me, I'm running. Like you might as well throw a rat at me. I don't want some guy's hairpiece. Why would a guy do that? Would you be excited about getting the boxer's hairpiece thrown at you? You want a toupee? You want to take that home and show your parents, Mario?
No, I'm all set. Thank you, though.
That was a weird thing to throw in the crowd.
I like the move.
F it, I'm busted, so I'm just going to throw it away like it wasn't here. Ignore the glue on my head.
One thing I've learned as I've gotten older is like if you F up or something bad happens to you, you just got to own it immediately. If you act like it didn't happen, then things are just going to get worse. So I liked it. I thought it was a good move.
Oh my God.
It was fun, but just I wouldn't want to catch it.
Fun fact, the guy who knocked his hairpiece off, his wife, I went to high school with.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
She an
high school, just
ex-girlfriend of
all
yours?
over the show. What?
It's going all over the show. It's right.
Yeah.
That's-
What was that, Mario?
Was she an ex-girlfriend of yours?
She's not, but my friend dated her, and she's like 6'2". And I said, dude, because her husband's a heavyweight boxer, I'm like, I will give all of my money in the world to these children because they're going to be professional athletes. Like between that guy and her, oh my God.
Oh, say that. Yeah. You kidding me?
All
I
right,
just want to be
AK's
friends with the
back.
family.
AK's back. 199. AK, I really want you to stop sending money. Like, keep your money, please. He says 2027, 2028, 2029 drafts win now.
Three-peat.
Okay.
I said you gotta, yeah.
Pay for that by just saying that.
Yeah.
Look, how about this? AK, you're the one that's all over Joe Ortiz. How about you make good decisions in free agency? That helps you win now. Okay. Like the draft, I'm not worried about. Like, Joe Ortiz has done good in the draft. I think he'll be fine. It's the free agency that I'm concerned about.
Yeah. I don't. Let's worry one step at a time here, AK. One step at a time. I have
All right.
one more thing for you guys before you go.
Go ahead.
Are you guys a big Taylor Sheridan fan of his
No.
shows that he writes?
All right. Here's the deal. His shows are good. I'm boycotting all of his shows right now. Okay.
Okay.
I watched Yellowstone all the way through. He decided to take like 2 years off for the last like 6 episodes of Yellowstone. Pissed me off. Didn't respect me as a viewer. I'm boycotting just because I was like, let's go, man. Come on. And and the show started off great. Then he tried to make every show into like a movie. And it just dragged and dragged and dragged. And I'm like, good God. No one gives a shit about cinematography. I don't even know what that means, but nobody cares about it. All right. I just want the storyline and get to where you're trying to get to. And what was the deal with you and Kevin Costner getting into a fight? The star of the show is it's not even the show. He's dead, laying on not a fake Kevin Costner laying on the bathroom floor dead. Sorry, did I just ruin the show for everybody? Too bad. I'm boycotting Taylor Sheridan. So no, I'm not watching all the other ones. And everyone tells me how great they are. I refuse to watch because he basically didn't take into my feelings as a viewer.
I just have one big pet peeve that I think he needs to fix and someone needs to be in his ear for. Dude, you don't, in every single show he has, he'll have the weirdest bad luck of all time. Like someone will eat an egg that is from 2002 and expired and like die on the spot. And like, well, shit, we just lost Bill. And it's like, dude, what are we doing here? Like, is he weirdest shows of bad luck or like just things that happen to disrupt the character that I just sit there and go, I hate this. This is so dumb. You're making this like more of an adventure for this person. It doesn't make sense to. Like that part sends me up a hill. Every time I watch a show, I'm like, great. There's this character that just got punched in the face because they dropped a chip on the ground. and that punch hit him in the eye. And then now they're going to lose their left eye. Now they have cancer in their head that can only be solved by one doctor. That doctor just got shot. Like it's like the weirdest. And I'm like, oh my God, man. Like, do you just sit there like high and go, what's the worst luck you can have?
I'm done.
I've never watched 1 second of any Taylor Sheridan show.
If there's one to do it, it's Lioness. Lioness is actually really good. But the rest of them, you're like, this is weirdly dark for no reason.
For no reason. For no reason. Yeah. All right. Are we back on Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific time? You guys good for that time?
I can do it.
I have to go later.
Oh, God dang it. All right.
I know.
How late?
Let's do a night show.
7 p.m. Central.
I can't make it that time. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
You guys need to like and subscribe. I can't do that late.
What about Friday?
Practice.
Probably like same time.
I can't do it. Yeah, I can. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Super Bowl week, Mario. Let's get our priorities together.
I got booked on extra shifts, extra shows.
All right. Figure it out.
I'm getting a Super Bowl list of bets ready. I'm going to have 23 bets.
Okay.
So get freaking excited.
All right. Good deal.
Yeah. I got a hard on just thinking about it.
Next week, are we announcing the Hall of Fame?
Yes, I got my list.
Okay. Good deal. All right. Big announcement, man, as far as who's the first class of Hall of Famers. Bill Belichick not getting in again.
I'm going to DM him. Be like, hey, just to let you know, Bull Crew, we're not putting you in the Hall of Fame either. Try again next year.
All right. You gotta like and subscribe to the show to figure out when the next show is, because we got to figure it out ourselves. But appreciate everyone who joined us today. Again, you can follow the show like normal. As we said, you like and subscribe on YouTube. If you want to leave a comment, we'll respond to those. But again, appreciate you joining us today. For Mario Heron, Josh Palais, I'm Dave Palais. We'll see you probably Thursday, everybody.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the boat crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the boat crew, best up in the business. It's the boat crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.